Alright guys, so we're back in the world of Throne and Liberty, and today I'm going to be talking to you guys about a weekly content checklist. A lot of players, including myself, are actually fairly new to the game, seeing that it just came out a couple of days ago. And I want to give you guys something of a checklist on what you need to do every single week so that you can maximize basically on getting everything you need to progress your character. I was making quite a few mistakes in the last couple of days that I want you guys to not make, and seeing that the reset is right around the corner, I'm going to show you guys how not to make those mistakes and what you need to do right now. So let's dive right on into this video. Quickly before we dive into the video guys, I do want to apologize in advance that I'm getting this video out a little bit late. I just started playing the game, and if I'm being honest, I wasn't going to cover Throne and Liberty, but unfortunately I didn't have enough time to make this video. You should have a day or two before they reset so that you can do a good portion of this. But yeah, once again guys, apologies, just a little bit behind on this. Also keep in mind I am a fairly new player, so if I do miss anything that is important, feel free to leave it down in the comments. I'm never afraid to say that I don't know something, because I know it's going to help you guys in the long run eventually. And if you are knowledgeable on something I missed, feel free to leave that down in the comment section and I will pin it. Thank you very much for it. Alright, with that intro out of the way, it's time we go to the first thing that you guys need to do right now for your weekly checklist, and that is heading over to the Sundries merchant and picking up a very specific item, and that's these allied resistant force contracts. Both of these. This should cost you about, I don't know, like 600,000 gold or something like that. No, it's probably a little bit less, like 500k basically. And the reason you want to get these is because they're going to give you these contract scrolls that's going to give you contracts that gives you access to a lot of really cool things that's going to help progress your account. And you have a weekly limit of getting 9 of these, so make sure you go pick these up. When you actually open them, you're going to get these little contract scrolls. These contract scrolls contain very good items, but they require you to do a quest. The item in question that you're going to actually get whenever you complete these quests are these precious blessing pouch that has the chance of giving you really good items, like these heroic items that you see here. I was able to get a epic helmet as well as a greatsword from this, so don't sleep on this. This is going to be really important to help progress your account or help you sell things, so this is super important. Depending on the contract, it can give you things like these precious gems. Training do can give you those bags. It's going to depend on the individual thing that you do, but just keep in mind that this will be random when you open them. As of October the 7th, these are not open, these locations, that's why I haven't done them, but you will get access to things like the shadow crypt and things like that, and when you open those you'll get a ton of extra loot. So make sure you go do that now, and make sure you do this every single week. Moving on, we're at the contract coin merchant, and there are a few items in here that are very specifically important to pick up. First things first, you want to get your weekly limit of trait extraction stones if you can. If you notice, I have 3,465 lucent. I am a full-fledged free-to-play player. I've been playing the market. I'll have a video linked down in the description as well as in the time card in the top right if you want to learn how to make a little bit of cash right now. But the way I'm doing it is from using these trait extraction stones. This is going to be really valuable for not only selling but just min-maxing your gear. It's going to require you to spend these contract coins. These contract coins can be gotten from just doing contracts from the contract manager. You get 10 contracts every single day. That's going to give you about 300 coins, give or take, and then you can use it to pay for these trait extraction stones. I just started paying for these, and I've been using those to give me some money, but make sure you're picking these up every week. I'm not sure if you want to get every single one of them, but I do think you should be using these because they're actually pretty important. Next, let's talk about weekly missions, and keep in mind you can go to do the last week missions, so make sure that you have these selected if you want to do them, because there is something of a catch-up mechanic. This game actually has some really nice mechanics to them I want to point out. But yeah, this is weekly missions. This is one of your most important menus that you should be trying to get done every single week. For the world, we're going to talk about each of these. For the world, this is Mystic Portals or Aquire Globe. If you know what Mystic Portals are, they're on the map that spawn sometimes. I don't have like footage of that, but they spawn on the map and you can go do that. But I'm going to talk to you about Aquire Globes because this is going to be something that you can probably go do right now and get this. Well, you're not going to be able to complete it from just simply doing Aquire Globes, but this is actually still important because they give you really good resources. When you come back to the contract coin merchant, once again, this person have access to these mystic keys that he sells 5 every single day, and it once again costs these contract coins. The resistance contracts are super important in this game from what I can tell, like super important. So you buy 5 of these and you can use this to actually unlock the globes. The globes in question are the globes here, as you can see on the map there. I'll zoom it in, And these are the what represents the globe. You can walk up to it here. Now I'll just show you a quick example of this weekly mission. So you can see here I have 17.5. When I activate this globe with the key, activate it, it gave us some rare ore and it gave us 100 abyssal contract token. And then you can see here when we go to the weekly mission, it went up to 18. So this is going to be the way that you get it. And yeah, that's the mystic portal. Well, that's the acquired globe. Completing a resistance contract is pretty straightforward, just doing the contracts. Acquiring dynamic event performance rewards, I think these are really super annoying, but you got to do them. And as you can see here, when you do all these things, they'll give you a possibility of getting really solid items. These are not even bad chances. 10% is not even terrible, honestly. Yeah, these are really solid things that you can accomplish, and I would highly recommend you do them. Under the co-op dungeons, this is just using your dimensional contracts. It's not necessarily the hardest thing to do, but it can be if you don't have the gear score. You could probably slam all this out in one day if you've been actively trying to do dungeons. If you're not familiar with them, just go to your co-op dungeons here, and then you do these individual dungeons. You can just spend your dimensional coin depending on the level of that, and then you can get gear, which you should be trying to gear up as much as possible and spending it every day, as far as I can tell. Under the guild, I think you should be in a guild. This is one of the most like guild heavy games I've ever played, even more than Guild Wars, which is kind of funny. But you gain some guild reputation. This is easy by just like donating and doing different things. I can show you an example of this. Just donate it, and as you can see there, I got more guild reputation. I gained some guild resource donation, and then doing contracts. This one's a little bit harder. You're probably not going to be able to do this unless your guild is really active, but at least today you can do this during the week. But if you're doing it today as of me releasing this video, it could be a little bit difficult. That's the guild, and the PvP stuff is straightforward. This is going to give you access to those trait extraction things, which are good for selling, good for converting things, and then the precious polished crystals, 25%, 50% chance. All you need to do is win fights in PvP, which is easier said than done. But yeah, this is what you should be doing weekly. This isn't necessarily weekly, but I did want to kind of point this out because this is something that happens. You generally should be trying to do your milestones. Your milestones are actually super important because these give you the ability to unlock different things like new content. You can see here, this will give me access to Sanctum of Desire, many other things if we can complete this. So I should actually go do this after this video and finish this up. But you're going to get access to different things if you can do this. So make sure you're paying attention to these things, because when they expire, you actually can't go back and do them. I'm sure they may come around again. I'm not exactly sure of this mechanic, but you should be doing these. Super important. And there you have it, guys. That is all the weekly content that I know of as of right now that you should be trying to get done. Each of these things are going to reward you with various rewards that can help progress your account and make things significantly more easier. Once again, let me know down in the comments if I missed something, because I very well could have. These are the things that I'm doing right now to make sure I get as much rewards as possible. But yeah, go ahead and do that. Hopefully this helped you guys out. If this video did help you guys out, consider leaving me a like, because that helps me out quite a bit with the algorithm, as well as considering subscribing for more Throne and Liberty content. And I'll see you guys in the next video very soon.